edit cut out. All right.
You ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Okay, so first of all, Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody.
You gotta repeat what I say.
Oh, okay.
Happy New Year, everybody. So, today we are shooting the first video in a series of several. We don't know how many. And we're just gonna be having some random conversations about things that relate to marriage, family, etc., etc., etc.
Right.
Okay, so today's topic, you don't know what we're talking about today.
No, this is a surprise to me.
So today's topic is basically about, since yesterday was the first, we're just going to talk about setting goals in the new year as a family, as husband and wife, and the importance of that. So here's my question to everyone, because in my head, I think that, this is normal, a normal thing to do, right? Where you sit down at the start of the year or the end of the previous year and you talk about things that went well, in your life, in your marriage, and you talk about things you want to change or improve, right?
Right.
And you talk about things that you want to do better in the coming year. And I know a lot of people set New Year's resolutions, personal goals for themselves, but I'm talking about family and marriage goals. So I'm just curious to know, you guys let us know. Do you guys sit down at the end of the year or the beginning of the year and set new goals for yourself? As you move forward, Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay, so here's my question to kind of get this conversation started today. My question for you is, we're going to start kind of talking more about things in terms of marriage.
Right.
And, we've been talking about, we have lots of conversations about ways that we can improve our marriage and things that we can do differently in the next year.
Right.
And so one of the things that we've talked about, we've talked about many, many things, trying to be more consistent. But one of the things specifically has to do with, let's start with our Bible studies. So last year, we tried to do our own personal Bible study on what day?
We tried to do it we started out on Wednesday, and then we moved it back, pushed it back to Thursday.
Okay.
So.
Well, and we started off we bought a book where basically you could follow through the scripture and it. Right. I forgot what book of the Bible we were studying.
We were in was it the book of John?
May have been.
May have been the book of John.
Ooh, that's sad.
It's been a while since we worked
okay, so anyway, then my husband bought this book for himself. It was a book of devotionals, and where it focused on the words of Jesus.
Not to cut you off, the book of Acts. It was the
book of Acts. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Woo,
I'm
ashamed.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, I gotta remember this. Okay.
So the devotional he bought, and it focuses on words that Jesus spoke in the Bible, and dives deeper into the meaning of his words. So I really liked the book, and so we decided we would start reading. Every day we were responsible for reading, because it's split into days. So all you do is follow the day of the week or follow the day of the month or whatever it is.
Right.
Like January 2nd, there's a page that says January 2nd. You read that page on January 2nd. And so anyway, we were doing really good for a while, being consistent with reading those pages. Right. And so, but we fell off, y'all. We fell off. So here's my question. Do we continue with that the way we've been doing it, where we, on our own in our individual time, we're reading, and then on Thursdays we kind of read it again together and then we talk about it? Or here's another thought. Should we actually read it together every day, like each page?
I mean, ideally, reading it every day, each page. You talking about together?
Yeah.
Together? I mean,
to prevent us from having to go back on Thursdays and reading all of it. That's where I think we kind of just got off.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, ideally, we can, with this particular book that we have, we can actually do it that way because it's just one page for one devotional for that day. So I'm not opposed to that. I mean, I'm not opposed to doing it that way. The way we originally were supposed to do it was we would read the actual devotional and then come back and discuss it, you know. So but yeah, I mean, I'm open to that, but I'm still okay with the way we're doing it now.
I was just thinking, like, every day right after dinner we just read that page and it's done.
Yeah,
instead of and like maybe having those bite-sized pieces or whatever. So that's something we can continue to talk about and figure out, because Thursday's coming.
Yeah, and it keeps you in the rhythm, you know. And I think that's, you know, it can't hurt. You know, it can't hurt doing it that way. So yeah. Okay,
well, check off our list. We're kind of figure out what we're going to do for Bible study. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to talk about, and this is about marriage, but not really. I mean, everybody can relate to this: household cleaning. So this is one of the conversations we have. We have had a lot about how we want that to look. So, you know, when we first got married, well, I'm going to just tell the truth. When we first got married, you know, I wanted to set up a day. When I grew up, you know, cleaning day was Saturdays. That's kind of what we did. And I know that's kind of how he grew up too. But I kind of wanted to keep that consistency and just keep doing that. That just works for me. And it didn't necessarily work for him to want to do that, because
if I had to be honest, it felt constricting. I kind of like to clean up just whenever. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to just let the house, you know, go to, you know, just go to it, just being an entire mess, you know. But if I clean up on Thursday, then I just want the option to clean up on Thursday. If I clean up on Monday, I want the option to clean up on Monday.
That don't work.
And so I know that doesn't work for my wife. She has a set day where she wants to do it. Now, granted, if you don't kind of set that habit, it can backfire in it, because you'll get busy with other things and you won't get to it, you know. So I understand her position on that.
Yeah, I like to prioritize it, schedule it. I kind of like a regimen so that I know what's going to happen when.
Right.
I like to live a little bit more structured, and he likes to live a little bit more just kind of single man, kind of we'll do it when we do it, but you know. Yeah. So this year, I'm hoping what we could do is just agree on a day. Yeah. I don't care what day it is. Right. But agree on a day that we try to get all our household chores done and not let things pile up. And we try to keep it going.
Yeah, so this is something
can't be Thursdays, because that's Bible study.
Right. So this is something that we've talked about, and I'm pretty open to it. It's not, as you know, when I was living single, I just cleaned up when I felt like I needed to clean up, you know. So you obviously carry those type of habits over into your marriage. So I'm fairly definitely open to that.
So can we nail down a day? I'm talking, let's nail it.
Nail down a day. Yes. I would say, I mean, I'm open for.
You know, I remember my dad back when we were growing up, there would be some times that he would clean up, like if my mom was working, clean up on a Friday night after he picked us up from school. Yeah. He would turn on the music and just kind of set this weekend vibe. He would light candle or incense, had the music jamming. He has a little drinky drink. Yeah. Just kind of got in a zone, and cleaning didn't feel like a chore. It just felt good, you know?
Yeah. I actually like Fridays, to be honest with you, because Saturdays, I think that's why I'm the way I am. I don't want to spend my weekends cleaning up, you know. So I think if the house is, I tend to find out, because we've cleaned up on Fridays before, and it felt so freeing on Saturday to get up and you pretty much had your day to yourself, you know. So
okay, so Fridays.
So I would say let's do Fridays.
Okay, perfect. Check. Yeah. All right, and making sure that means clothes folded on Friday. Washing is done. Clothes got to get folded up. Okay,
we'll keep y'all posted.
We're going to do it this time. Yeah. Okay, so here's my next thing. Something else, another goal. We've been talking about, you know, in the romance department and just, really trying to dive into each other's love languages even more so than we have. And what we did is we created for ourselves we did this, when did we do this? Several months ago.
Yeah, a few months back, yeah.
Okay, where we created this chart where basically we know what each other's love languages are, like our top love languages. But I think sometimes you fall into this trap of just doing these generic things that don't really speak to the person. Even though, for example, it says words of affirmation, there may be a specific way. He may like that written. He may like me to whisper it in his ear. He may want me to just say it randomly while we're in the kitchen. I mean, like, certain things speak to certain people, and the way you do things matters. So what we did was, in our list, we made categories of the love languages, and then we got really specific in listing what really speaks to us, things that we like. Like, for example, my top love language is quality time. Well, that might be a more challenge because he's like, what should we do, when we're spending quality time? Because for me, we just had this conversation this morning. For him, quality time is let's watch a good movie together and we're just chilling. Right. And for me, yes, we're together, but I like to engage with my husband when we are spending quality time. I want to talk and dive deeper into, just life and laugh and play games. And I like activities that, kind of connect us, opposed to things that just feel.
Yeah. And I can understand that point of view. See, because I grew up in a family where the way we connected is we all sat around and we just watched movies, and that was our way of connecting. And as the older I get, I still love movies and I still love, I still feel connected with the people I love doing that. But the older I get, I sort of understand more of, when you're watching a movie, you're sort of zoned out and focused on the movie, so you're not really talking to the person. You're not really, in a sense, engaging in the way that, especially my wife likes to do it. Now,
and don't get me wrong, I'm okay with watching a movie. But when it comes to truly making me feel loved, I need to feel like we are sharing with one another, that we are, connecting in a way that you are diving deeper into getting to know me and I'm diving deeper into getting to, or just having fun together.
And that's why I say I still like to do it. It's just that there's a balance to it. There's a balance. There's some times where I'm figuring out that maybe we just play games. We love Uno. That's one of our favorite games. So I'm learning just to figure out other alternatives. Now, at the end of the day, a good movie and sitting down watching that, I'm gonna always love that.
So that's how I then would show you love. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think the premise behind the love languages is that you're getting outside of your comfort zone and what feels like love to you to share, and make that other person feel loved. So here's what the game plan is. Basically, continuing like we've been doing, which we fell off, is to find a way every day, find something from those lists to show each other that, show each other love, basically. Because to me, it's really easy to just get into this routine of work, dinner, coming home. Yes, do we talk? Do we have conversations? We do. But I told him it's not the same as when you were dating and you were pursuing each other hard, and you were going out of your way to impress and to figure that person out and to show them how much they meant to you. We pursued hard back then. And that's what I'm looking for. That's kind of what I want for this year and going forward, is that we just keep, pursuing each other hard and finding ways.
Yeah, it's a daily commitment, because you get wrapped up in the mundane of everyday life and what you're doing and what you're focused on, So I'm looking forward to, trying to make some steps in our marriage to get that on track.
So every single day, the goal is to find something from those lists and to show. And
yeah, that's been our goal.
One of the things that we wanted to do a little bit differently this year was really holding each other accountable and not letting us drop the ball and make 100,000 excuses for why we can't do it or why we didn't do it. And so we're still working on the accountability piece. Y'all can help hold us accountable. Yeah, call us and ask, did you do what you were supposed to do? Like that's what we need from y'all.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do mine. I don't know about her.
He ain't gonna do right, y'all. Somebody please text him. So okay, so here's my other thing. Date night. We used to do pretty good at scheduling a date night for ourselves once a month, and again we fell off. So I always feel like the new year is just a chance to kind of reboot and refocus on, what we need to do. This just gives us an opportunity to go back and say, did we do what we were supposed to do? No, we didn't do it. So let's go back and let's keep trying, because that's what marriage is, learning and growing, and it's continuous. So I was very comfortable. You tell me what you want to do. I was very comfortable with once a month doing a date night where we were taking turns planning for each other. That to me felt like, we were both having to be intentional, and we both had to prioritize the other person. So that is something that I would like for us to revisit and jump back into.
Yeah, I think I remember you had asked me about once a month, and I was on board, from the start with that. The frequency is not a make or break for me. It's just it was just always just trying to, I always felt like I had to be creative and think of something, kind of up her one, if she do something, I got to do this better. But I come to find out,
I don't even like
it's really not like that. So it's not necessarily a frequency to me, whether it's a week or a month or whatever. It was still that pressure in my mind that I was putting myself through. So
now I do admit during COVID, you have to think a little bit more about definitely. It, because we can't just, go to a fabulous restaurant, or we can't just get out. But it really forces you to think about the simple things in life and what can just feel good. Because I love just going to the park and walking. So that's a great date for me, So it's the simple things, really. And, again, it requires us to think about what the other person likes. So I'm excited. So I want January to be my month. Okay. I'm going to plan a date for us in January, and I will
take the bull by the horn.
Of course, you know how I do. So I will let you know what the date is once I get everything worked out. And I love it when you do February, because that's Valentine's.
Oh, yeah. So that was
see
actually
how I
a
did
little
that?
Setup. Yeah,
see how that worked?
I see. I got it.
So anyway, I'll do January if you take care of February, and then we'll just keep alternating until we get to the end of the year.
All right. Shake on that.
All right. What else do we need to set goals for? I did. Let's see. Date night. We did cleaning up. Love languages. Ooh, we got a lot of goals, babe. What else did we say? Bible study.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else that we need to
prioritize?
I'm
gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna hold it there because I got a lot to work on, So, and I would say that obviously it's gonna be, unless my wife, because she's looking at me like she got more that she wants to put out there, but as we talk more about, I think more things will unfold, this is not the end all be all of our goals.
I think today we kind of dealt with more relational goals, but I think we have some other goals that we've already talked about that we've set for ourselves regarding just health, fitness, whether or not we're gonna keep living here or so I think we got some other things in the work, and we'll just keep y'all updated and posted on whatever else we kind of have going on. So what we want to know, or what I want to know from y'all again, is do you sit down and do you have this kind of conversation with your spouse? Do you talk about your goals, and do you write them down and make them plain, and what do you do? Or do you do like stuff like vision boards? We've done that before.
Yeah, we do.
So let us know what you guys do. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Well, good people, we love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.
Next time.
Peace.
Peace.